You have limited exposure to the rest of the organization. You have limited relationships with other leaders within the organization. And so your ability to succeed is really based on your point of contact, your champion. And if they give you bad direction, it's really hard to be effective.
Let's talk about that relationship
Mhm.
there a little bit because as a consultant, and I was a consultant for many, many years, the relationship is often combative. Okay. You have the couple people who like you, and
Mhm.
those are usually the ones who brought you in, and everyone else who's looking at you and saying you're overpriced and you're here to take our jobs or you're here to tell us that we're bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So how does the relationship change?
Yeah. And I would add one other thing to that, this old stereotype of, well, consultants come in and just tell us things we already know.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So what the heck? So the big difference, I think, what to start with, and we can lay out, there's a number of components to this, but the first is as a consultant, you're on the outside. You're on the outside looking in. You've probably got a specific niche or area of expertise, SEO, marketing, sales, finance, whatever it is, software, it doesn't matter. You're looking at that small piece of the business from the outside, trying to solve one specific problem. Get my ERP implemented.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Consultants do that kind of project work all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're on the outside. You have a limited exposure to the rest of the organization. You have limited relationships with other leaders within the organization. And so your ability to succeed is really based on your point of contact, your champion. And if
Yes.
they give you bad direction, it's really hard to be effective. And you don't have any decision making. You have very little, really, authority of any kind, right? You're an advisor, and assuming that client trusts you and wants that advice, then you're good. And you may even not even be involved in implementation, but you may be. So that's the typical consulting relationship, right?
Right.
And I've done it for years. I'm still a consultant with many clients. But what I found was, as a fractional, the big difference, the foundational difference is you're part of their leadership team. You are inside the company. You're on the leadership team. You work with the other leaders and executives. You're not an outsider anymore. You're a part time insider.
Mm-hmm.
And that fundamentally changes everything. So you're on the inside, you've got a clear objective. And usually consultants are thinking in terms of, even if they help put some kind of a plan or a strategy together, they're tactically oriented. Get these
Mm-hmm.
things done. Whereas a fractional executive, the executive piece is the most important. As a CFO, I wouldn't expect my CFO to be entering accounts payable and accounts receivable in QuickBooks. I wouldn't expect them to be counting inventory on the shelf. I wouldn't be
Right.
expecting them to place orders with our vendors. I'd expect the CFO to do what? Look strategically at the financials, look at the relationship with our banking and our bonding agents and all. They're looking strategically. That's what a fractional's role is to develop a strategy for that area of the business and drive the implementation, but not do the work like the
Mm.
tactical team members would. So that's fundamentally the biggest difference is you're that level and you have that place on around the leadership table that a consultant never would.